Hey everyone, this is Mike Johnson, and I want to talk to you really quickly about the WP Social SEO Booster and why you need to have this plugin on every blog you own. Well, the first thing we need to look at is the fact that Google is the beast that we all need to make happy, satisfy in order to increase our rankings, increase the traffic on our sites, and that's part of increasing our search engine optimization. Well, now social media has taken over search, and if you look here in the Google ranking factors in the United States in 2012, and it's almost identical whether you look at any other country across the board when it comes to search metrics. But if you look here in the overall rankings factors, you're going to see that Facebook shares is number one, number of overall backlinks is number two, but then Facebook total, Facebook comments, Facebook likes, Twitter tweets, they're all up here in the very top, and they weigh the most out of everything. You'll see here that even no follow links, backlinks, are counting for you positively. Okay, so now you take that into consideration and you say, okay, what can I do to improve all of this with SEO? What are the things that Google's looking for exactly? Well, let's take another step. If you look down here, one of the things that they found in the tests here looking at search metrics was, although they didn't put it in the overall list of ranking factors, was that there's a serious correlation between Google's own social network, Google Plus ones and other things like that, that were adding to the search, and what the power was behind Google's own search network. Of course, what is Google going to put more stock in? Are they going to put more stock in Facebook, or are they going to put more stock in their own social network? Well, the fact is that they're putting a lot of weight in both. Okay, so let's take a look at example search. If I look at just one of my own posts, my blog post about the Loki Link Builder plugin, and you will see here that my blog post has a link that goes for more, by Mike, or to my Google Plus link, which is their social network, Google Plus. It shows the number of circles I'm in, and then it has more by Mike Johnson, which then you can get specific results in Google that are posts from me, and that's based off of Google authorship. So now the things we're looking at here is, okay, Google is highlighting Google Plus in search results. They're highlighting authorship, which is extremely important in search, and there has to be a way to integrate that easily into your blog all the time. Now, there's plugins out there that do just authorship, but we're not just talking about authorship. Now, if you go down here, next in the search is, you're going to see a Facebook page that has the same information on it in the search. So Facebook is there as well. Now, you're talking about, Facebook, you're talking about Google Plus. Now, all these ranking factors come into play with whatever search you do, and as well, you have things like YouTube videos that are ranking higher than ever before. All these things are socially integrated. Well, how do you improve that on your blog just naturally without putting much effort into it? Yes, we know about sharing links and getting people to click on share buttons and stuff like that, but we're talking about search engine optimization, things that are happening in the background on your site. The other thing that they're also looking at here is, a big part of this as well is called rich snippets. And rich snippets are the things Google also verifies for Google authorship. And the WP Social SEO Booster plugin takes care of all of this, all of it. So I'm going to show you the plugin now, show you the kind of results you can get, and just show you the power of this simple yet highly effective plugin that nobody else has put together quite like this. Okay, now the things you want to see, if you look at the rich snippets testing tool in Google, is it took it from a test site here. You'll see I clicked on preview and already got, you see here I did rich snippets review. I got in my search results, I got star ratings, and then if I go down, if I had actually linked my author profile, which I didn't for this example, I would have had the author profile in here as well in the rich snippets. But then you got all the the rich snippet data that I put in here, -1 because of the test. And then as you get down here, you see the actual review I wrote and all the rich snippet information that I input with it. Now Google's reading all of this. Now when your content goes up against somebody else's that doesn't have this kind of content and detail in it, you're going to rank ahead of them, and that's why it's important. Now, if you look down here to the actual data that Google pulls out of your actual search result, this is what they pulled out of it. If I'd had my, as for reviewer, if I'd actually had my Google Plus author set up in the test, my name would be here instead of admin. It just took the admin from the test blog I used. But you see it has the rating stars, the actual review date. It has the name of the review, the product for review, and I could have put in more detail here. You see I didn't. And it took content from the test blog post that I actually wrote. So it's got that in. And then you start seeing OG, and this is Open Graph. This is Open Graph integration with Facebook that's also a part of the WP Social SEO Booster plugin. All this is integrated. The same thing with our Twitter card as well. And then we get in here to all this additional detail that's added into this that only comes from having a Google ready social SEO plugin running it on your site. And I'm going to show you how we do it. Okay, now we go back here to the test site. You'll see the post that was looked at. You see the same test post here, and I just used a snippet here testing content. But what I did was I used the SEO plugin settings down here, and I see I didn't put anything for Open Graph in the test, and it still pulled all the information and put it into the rich snippet tester. But here is the rich snippets. As you see across here, I have all the rich snippets you can use, which is rich snippets for stuff for reviews, which I used in this particular test, products, business card, information for your business, individual people, you want to get your name in there, recipes, software, if you're promoting software on your site. Videos is a huge one. Any post that you have that has videos on, you can now put all your video information in here, and it'll help you rank even higher for your YouTube videos or wherever your videos are at, even if they're self-hosted videos. And then we have events as well. So we go back to Open Graph, and this stuff will auto-populate if you don't put anything in there. But there's a lot of fields here that need to be populated if you want them to have search results for it. All right, now more people search for specific things. This is what pops up in search as well, right? When people are looking for very specific things that you're putting into this Open Graph, you're putting into your rich snippets, all that is when it comes out. Now, if we look at an example of the page here, pulled up. Now you can see here part of our rich snippets allows us to have it actually in our post content if we want to. Okay, and you see here I did a test that called the review on the product, gave a version number, and you can omit any of this or you can add to it. It can be as filled here as you want, or if you can just want the rating, that's all you need to have in there. You don't even need to have the product name in there. You can just have the for example, say you're rating this post down here, and that'll give this post that rating, okay, and be shown here in your post or page content. Okay, so this is what was tested here just off of that. Now we go back and go into the actual meat of the plugin. If you go in here, you see SEO Booster. What we can do for our base settings is set up our add our Facebook information here, so it integrates into our Facebook content, put Facebook admins. And the big thing here is if you have a multi-author blog, you're able to put in Facebook admins separately for each individual post if you want, or page. So you can get as specific on this as you want, or you can be as general on this as you want. Okay, now you can add everything that Open Graph SEO from Facebook allows you to add. It's all here. There is nothing left untouched. This is all the latest and greatest from the API with Facebook, and you can add it all. Then in the base settings as well, we can add our Google authorship setup. All right, and this is, like I said, this is multi-author capable, and then we can also put in our Google Plus publisher content, right? And to continue on with Google Plus, if we want to go into our actually into our individual user settings to get that connection between the author profile and our author content. You see I don't have any of this filled out. I'm just known as admin right now. I can go in here and I can put in my Google Plus profile URL. From Google Plus itself, you put your Google Plus profile URL in here, and then you also come in and you put your Twitter ID, whatever your Twitter handle is, in here as well, and that connects you to Twitter for their new H-card SEO meta tags as well. So then you got Google Plus, you got Facebook Open Graph, and you have Twitter. Okay, so all this is added. Now you can go into each and every post and, like I said, get as specific as you want or not. It's all here. And then we also have a widget where you can show your business card on your website as well, your H card, which is also a big ranking factor for Google for businesses. It's all here. There's no stone left unturned in the SEO booster. It's not complicated at all, but everything is here. From Google Plus, Facebook Open Graph, rich snippets with Google, and Twitter, everything is here. Okay, go ahead, take the plunge right now and add what is an essential plugin that every one of your blogs should have on it for a very low price right now. Thanks.